Welcome into Fantasy Unclean. I am your host, Rich Fiddler, joined as always by Scott Robley and Fredo Carvel.
What's up, gentlemen?
Howdy.
I can't hear anything.
I don't know why we can't hear anything.
I can hear.
I can hear you. I don't know.
My
Do you have any music?
that's weird. It's like seems super muted.
That's
I don't
good.
know.
Yeah.
We're good.
Do
We're
the
good.
intro again.
We're good. No, we're
Yeah,
good.
we're good. We're going. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard you. You're good. I assume, let me see here. Yeah, our road is going, so...
Yeah, we should be good. Hopefully.
Ooh, now it's not going. It's kind of going. It's not going. It's going. It's not going. What is going on?
Wow. Yeah, it's like frozen.
Yeah, somebody want to go check the shit?
Checking.
This is a really fun way to open the podcast, guys.
Welcome to streaming.
Oh my god. Oh, AJ Brown into the blue tent.
Uh-oh.
Not sure what happened. I guess we'll see.
Cramping, maybe?
Yeah. That looks good, and I keep seeing peaks of it.
It sounds fine.
Sounds fine.
Okay.
I think it's just this this for whatever reason this mixer right here is just showing off.
Yeah,
no,
everything's
fuck
everything's working totally fine. I hear everybody perfectly fine.
And the music.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Then we're good.
Okay,
Fuck
fuck
it.
it.
Fuck it.
Okay, I say Rich leads in with howdy, gentlemen, again.
I know, because you stopped in the middle of that.
Yeah.
It threw me off because I was like mid thing and I'm like I don't like really hear anything.
Yeah.
And that's actually a lot better. Yeah,
turn you up a little bit?
Yeah,
Try
that's
that.
a lot better.
All right. All right.
Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening after our
good.
technical difficulties?
Fantastic. Do you know what I am in our Dynasty League?
What are you?
And one shitty?
And
I am Tua and O.
Tua and O, you have been waiting for so long. You've been sitting on that for how long now? Like
At least 12 hours.
Yeah, just sitting there, just waiting for your opportunity.
I'm taking my victory lap because next week we play Buffalo.
Why is it that every time you have a player that puts up 6 touchdowns,
I'm playing you.
I'm playing against you?
Okay, so what's funny is that we went in while you weren't here. We went in. We wanted to see if we could find historically whether or not this was the best week anybody's ever had in our Dynasty League, and it turns out he's in 7th place.
Yeah.
As far as the best week. Now, if he had played Tua,
I'd be in second.
you'd be in 2nd place. But then I started going down the rabbit hole of, other cool stats that they track. And one of the things that they track is the best score of a single player in a single week. And number 2 on that list is Alvin Kamara.
Merry Christmas.
Week 16,
Yeah.
2020 or 21.
Championship week. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
well aware of that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, you got to play me in our other redraft, and I had Tua and Tyreek Hill stack.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was one of those stacks you were targeting in every draft because Waddle or Hill was going in an agreeable spot for you,
Right, and
nobody was getting Tua.
and I got both of them and started both of them in one shitty because Waddle fell to the 5th. I'm like, I'm taking Waddle in the 5th.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and all of us wish that we had two. I've got Waddle in I don't remember Dynasty.
No, I have Waddle in Dynasty.
I have Waddle in one league, and it's not one shitty. I don't think it's one shitty because maybe it is.
Maybe it's in $10.
Maybe it's in $10. I am doing really well this week in $10, so that would make sense.
I don't have.
And I
them in
wasn't supposed
$10.
to.
Yeah.
So anyway, Dolphins, man. Let's just go straight to Sunday afternoon game.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning game.
That was Sunday morning.
Oh my
game.
god,
Yeah.
it feels like such a long weekend.
I saw the kickoff and it was an instant kickoff return. I'm like, fuck.
I'll be honest.
Here we go.
I got into the game about halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
And I looked at the score, and actually, that's not true. I did see the very beginning of the game where Devin Duvernay took the kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's a shitty way to start, but it's...
Thereby ruining any value that Lamar Jackson's going to have for you.
Right.
Because you've gone up to a really good lead on special teams.
And then I started checking it again about halfway through the second quarter, 3 quarters of the way through the second quarter, and I'm like, oh shit, Frodo's going to be in a bad mood.
And I left so I saw the first Waddle touchdown.
Yeah.
He had the 62-yard pass and then got the touchdown. And then I was left right. We were going to Oktoberfest. car show for the girls. So I'm like, okay, it's not on TV. I'll just like not pay attention. And,
Yeah.
And I left, and it was 28-7.
Yeah, 28-7. That's what it went into the half as.
Yeah, and then I remember looking at an update on the score, just a score, and it said 35-14. I'm like, and then I get into Mount Angel.
Yeah.
And I have full bars, and nothing's fucking working. And I am straight up the biggest fucking unhappy asshole on the planet. Because I'm like, motherfucker, I have a brand new phone. I pay a lot. Why am I not getting even a fucking score update?
Yeah.
And then so it's like an hour. And then all of a sudden I get a text from you.
Yeah.
And I get a text from Jake, just says, wow. And then I get a text from someone else saying, let's go. Dolphins can do it. I'm like, everyone, shut the fuck up.
You got to let us know. If you're not watching the game, you got to let us know.
Right.
You got to give me the
What do you guys
heads up
look
text.
for anytime the Seahawks are playing? Is there a text from Scott saying, don't?
Well, because at that point I thought it was going to be a blowout. And then I'm like, okay, no one say anything because something's happening.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is.
Right.
And then
It was fucking crazy,
and then an
though.
update came through, and I just happened to look down and see if it was a fantasy score, and it said Tua 6 TDs, pass 42-38 Dolphins. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
That's what I said watching it because I got the close game. Because, again, I saw it at halftime.
Yeah.
And then I didn't check into the score at all. And then I get the close game alert about halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what? Wait, what? And I kept getting these things about, I kept seeing these things about Lamar Jackson because at one point, he had a fantastic game. He had 158.3 QBR.
Yeah.
Like, he was having the perfect game.
Right. He was balling.
And he ended with 142.6. So he still had a phenomenal game.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
350
He did
yards.
everything he could for the offense to win that game.
Their defense failed them.
Absolutely.
But I was telling him, like, all the critics of there's broken coverages and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can't even give Tua the fact that not every quarterback ever is going to step out there and say, hey, we got 12 minutes left, down 21 points.
Hey, Justin Fields had broken coverage with Dante Pettis, and everyone labeled him as the greatest quarterback on the face of the planet.
Right.
Yeah, but
week one.
But if your name's Tua, it's just like, oh, no, he's still shit.
Yeah, and look at Justin Fields this week.
Yeah, he was dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 21. He scored 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 12 minutes or less.
Yeah.
By the way, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waller pretty fast.
Yes, they
So
are.
fast. And by the way, so is Raheem Mostert, who is now the RB1 there. Chase Edmonds got 5 carries. And,
he had the long one. At least they got him down there. But yeah.
I mean, but
Literally only had 5 carries.
Yeah.
So.
5 carries and like 1 target, I think. That was the reverse of last week.
I watched Pat McAfee, and they're doing a new segment on Mondays with Matt Hasselbeck.
Okay.
Where he picks a game and he breaks down that game. He broke down the Baltimore-Miami game today.
Okay.
And he was talking about it, and he was like putting it out there like they were basically doing a 4x1 at the end of the game.
Relay.
No, like a 4x1 setup. So they had 3 receivers with a tight end and 2 receivers, and the running back all lined up on the right side of the field. Hill on the left side of the field all by himself. So you're basically making the coverage choose. Are you going to
double?
Are you going to cover Tyreek Hill, single coverage? Are you going to lead? Are you going to let him have some help on the back end, or are you going to cover the 4 on the right side?
Yeah.
And it's a super simple way to do it. And you remember last year when Baltimore and Miami played?
Yeah.
Where Miami basically blitzed the entire time, or showed blitz almost every play.
Yeah.
Baltimore in that entire game did almost the exact same thing, where they were doing the shadow blitz, showing blitz almost every play. The issue was they didn't do it as well as Miami did it last year.
Right.
So in that play where they had Tua on one side of the field and the other 4 on the right side, they're in blitz coverage, and everybody drops back. The issue is is those guys can't drop back fast enough.
Nobody,
Hill or
nobody
Waddle can accelerate.
It's not their fault. Nobody can drop back fast enough to cover Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Exactly. And it was one of those things, as soon as Hill made it past, the only defender that was on that side, and now give the safety coverage, he did try,
Yeah.
but
Hill's already 30 yards past
yeah,
him.
so it didn't
Yeah.
work. And Hill was completely by himself, and that was the touchdown that
Tied it.
tied it. Yes.
Yeah.
That game was ridiculous.
What an exciting game for you not to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
I paid for NFL Plus, so I came back home and watched the whole fucking thing.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I still haven't watched
actually,
that one.
I stopped. I was like, okay, I know we're gonna be fine. We got the. I saw Lamar's big run. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, it's just
Jalen Hurts rush, 26 yards for touchdown.
Jesus.
That's one shitty
Lamar-
baby. I think I've got one shitty in the bag now.
Lamar is just adding dollar signs to his new
Yeah,
contract
his-
at this point because he's been playing very well.
Yes.
Outside of like the first like 2 drives that Baltimore had in week 1,
Yeah.
he's been playing at a whole new level for himself.
Yeah, he's balling, and he's gonna continue to do so. The only thing that's going to hurt his value is him, because as we saw Dak Prescott get paid,
Yeah.
while injured, he's going to too. Even if he gets injured, even if it's a bad injury,
Yeah.
he's going to get paid.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dak Prescott injury, Trey Lance.
Yep.
What I saw a few videos of that. Nasty.
It did not look fun, and he didn't even. I don't know if you guys saw it.
He didn't realize
he
it was
didn't
broken.
realize he broke it in the first place.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
and then stepped on it.
Yep.
And then fell.
Yeah, so he broke a bone and damaged a ligament as
Yeah.
well. So he had both of those repaired. As far as they say, it was a successful
Yeah.
surgery. The good thing is, I don't think it was like a complete ligament tear. I think he damaged the ligament.
Okay.
Which, when
Diggs
it comes
got
to a
another
ligament, that makes a difference. You,
He's got another touchdown.
Yep.
Jesus, man, he's putting up a night.
yeah, that's 3 touchdowns for him. Jesus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he's out for the season, obviously. Jimmy G is now our quarterback, like
Yeah.
it or not.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the thing that I want to get around to regarding Jimmy G, because the mood around him and the 49ers front office for keeping him has completely shifted. Now it's, holy shit, I can't believe we got Jimmy Garoppolo as our backup. This is amazing. And how great did he do? And he played amazing. He was such a good, and I remember how good he was last year and the year before, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it's like everybody has gone the Colin Coward way of, he was shitty at the end of the year last year because he lost a playoff game. He was
And everybody talked shit about how he didn't throw any touchdowns in the game against Green Bay. And,
Yep.
well, actually, I think the first 2 playoff games, I don't think he threw a touchdown in
Right.
either one of those. And everybody talked shit about him. But then as soon as Trey Lance came in, everybody's like, why are you going away from Jimmy G? All you guys ever do is win when he's on there. And it's
Right.
just, it was the most, as a 49er fan
yeah.
who just wants to see my team succeed,
was
it's
exhausting.
the most frustrating thing to go through, because it's the same narrative in reverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you guys are barreling towards yet another
Off-season of this.
off-season
Yes,
of this.
100%.
Because Jimmy Garoppolo is a free agent.
Yes.
But the 49ers are going to be ridiculous if they don't try and keep him now.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Garoppolo might get paid more as a backup there than as a starting quarterback somewhere else.
Yeah.
And like Lamar Jackson, the only person that's going to hurt his value is him.
Yeah.
And when he starts throwing games, it's going to be an issue. And he came in, and at the end of the game, his stat line was pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you take out that first drive when he came in, when the defense had yet to adjust to Jimmy Garoppolo from Trey Lance, if you take out that first drive where he went 4 for 4 for 70 yards and a touchdown, his QBR was in the dirt. It was nothing. But that first drive where we weren't set up, so our defense had not set up. Our bad defense had not yet figured out that we were playing Jimmy Garoppolo, not Trey Lance. Now all of a sudden,
It's all right. Sleeper hadn't figured that out either.
it's screw. You got a touchdown notification from Trey Lance while he was in, getting surgically repaired ankle repaired. I don't know. This is. So here's my take on that whole situation. For 2022 49ers, this is an upgrade. It's at best, no, not an upgrade.
You know
At
what you're
best,
getting.
At best, it's a lateral move.
I watched him overthrow at least 3 different players, and I went, okay, that's what I'm used to seeing.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he didn't have to win this game.
The most frustrating thing as a 49er fan with how Trey Lance was used, whether it's just the accuracy being an issue or whatnot,
Yeah.
they weren't pushing the ball down the field.
Right.
And he has an arm.
All they were doing was running the ball as much as they possibly could. And it's frustrating. I mean, even when we got into the end zone or into the red zone, it was just run after run. Like, we weren't trying to make short passes for a touchdown at all.
Right.
It was either a dump off pass or it was a designed run to somebody.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that I very much dislike about Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Is because I think he likes the way his pocket passers are with like Matt Ryan and Jimmy G and those type of players that don't roll out of the pocket very well.
Yeah.
Rather than using Trey Lance in a way of
Like how Tua is being used.
where he can run. Or if a play breaks down, such as like Josh Allen. Yes, Josh Allen's getting put on some design runs.
Yes.
But Josh Allen is going, I'm going to make a pass unless something breaks down and then I'll run.
Yeah.
They're not giving Trey Lance that option. They are saying you're either going to pass or you're either going to run.
Right. They're not. They've taken the decision.
Or they're doing
out of,
RPOs,
yeah.
which is not the same as...
They're playing him like Lamar Jackson and saying
Lamar Jackson from 2019.
Yeah.
Because current Lamar Jackson's way more refined.
Yes, absolutely. But my point is that they're putting him out there and he's a big guy. Trey Lance is a big guy, but he's not Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It seems like you guys are headed for a train wreck here.
They're talking about, like, they were asked about his usage in the run game, and obviously Shanahan says other players are doing designed runs up the middle, and yes, that's true. Fucking Lamar Jackson's touchdown was a 76-yard up the middle touchdown.
Yep.
That doesn't happen every time.
No.
Right. And you gotta. I mean, look, it was a freak accident what happened, and I'm not blaming Shanahan for using him as he is, but this is the side effect of that. And
It's the same thing that happened last year, though, when he was in and he tweaked his knee.
yeah,
Because they're just constantly doing these short runs
Yep.
over and over and over throughout the game.
With
And
content.
all you're asking is for injuries to happen.
Right.
You're not letting the run game develop because you're not threatening a pass.
if you are a running back, a free agent running back, and you've got to decide between going from I'm trying to think of another comparable team to the 49ers, another playoff contention team. Let's say Austin Eckler goes down to injury. And
Herbert is down to injury right now.
let's say Austin Eckler is down for injury, and you've got a free agent with the choice to go to Kyle Shanahan's injury-prone running back room, or the Chargers in the AFC West, which is going to be a dogfight unless you're the Broncos.
Well, it depends. Is that doctor still there?
Is that right? Exactly. Oh shit, my guy. Oh my God. Okay, so injuries.
That's why Herbert didn't go out. He said, "Nah, I'm fucking good. Man."
I'm good, guys. I'm good. I'm good. No.
Tyrod's like tweet him, "Don't fucking do it."
Fucking do it. So 49ers. We're all kind of worried about that situation. I'm not worried about the.
I think it elevates Debo though.
I think it elevates Debo.
It does. It elevates the passing options because they're gonna pass the ball more with Garoppolo.
Yes.
At least in the regular season, in the sense that they're not going to be. There's not designed runs every other play for him.
Yeah. And George Kittle and Garoppolo's connection is well documented.
Yes.
So when Kittle does make it back to the field, you're not worried about that. I'm not worried about it from the fantasy perspective. This doesn't hurt anybody.
It literally changes nothing. We made it to the NFC Championship last year with a team that had 5 losses after week 7, I believe, last year. And we still turned it around and made it to the NFC Championship. The team can be a very good team. It all depends on what Garoppolo shows up on the field. Is it the rattled one? Or is it the confident Jimmy?
If you have to put the game on his shoulders, which at some point during the playoffs, during the postseason, you will have to put the game on the quarterback's shoulders.
For whatever reason, though, after he throws a pick, that's when he seems the most confident.
Right.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
And that's when he's all of a sudden like,
which makes him a great backup.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes him a great backup.
Yeah.
49ers, we're not too worried about the fantasy implications there. Obviously, Trey Lance going down is going to hurt a lot of fantasy owners of Trey Lance. But
the Seattle team that we saw yesterday is the Seattle team we expected to see this season.
This is what you're going to see the rest of the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
You shot your shot week 1.
Yes. And I was watching that game yesterday, just getting our ass kicked and playing terrible, and I was just as tickled as can be. Could not give a shit. My dad was apparently at home, furious that they were playing so bad, and I was just like, we beat Russell.
Because you completely expected this.
And Russell Wilson played like shit.
Is there anyone?
Again.
He is the most cringeworthy fucking individual. Did you see he was mic'd up and he was just run pass, like yelling at fucking no one on the sideline, like.
Speaking of yelling at people on the sideline, you know who was yelling at Russell Wilson during the game? The crowd. The crowd was counting down the clock. Because they have been so bad.
Not McDermott. Hackett. Hackett fucking needs a fucking alarm clock.
Well, Hackett does and Wilson does. Somebody needs.
I believe that Hackett needs to take some coaching lessons because so far.
How do you not call a timeout at 3rd and inches for a field goal, and now you're 4th and punting?
Yep. It was once again. It was a terrible call. Second week in a row where you have a crucial call. Did they even win that game? I didn't even look.
They did end up winning that game.
But it was.
I didn't watch the game, but from what I've heard about everybody who has watched it, it was the most boring game on the face of the planet to watch.
So
you would just get in the injury since we're
let's do it.
So in that game, we'll start off with quarterbacks. We'll circle back around. Thursday night game, Justin Herbert. Everyone saw it. He was hurting. It's a fracture to the cartilage of his sternum.
Ouch.
Which is, you use your sternum for everything.
Makes sense as to why he did not move his left arm at all, other than when he was only in throw.
Let's talk about, he has this injury. His arm is glued down. He comes back out. He throws just this duck of a little shitty little pass and immediately sort of collapses in on himself.
He could have run for the first down.
Clearly the pain was getting to him in that decision-making way.
Yeah.
And then the very next pass, he throws
at the same time
of this, passes I've ever seen.
At the same time of this, getting hit on almost every drop back after that initial hit that he damaged his chest on.
Yep, somebody should be laying into that offensive line and saying, you have a job to do, you fucking do it. But then after that duck of a pass, get it, duck of a pass?
Yeah.
Because he was a duck. He throws one of the most beautiful passes for like 30 or 40 air yards.
Like a dart.
Dart that just drops in the only possible spot, pinpoint
And
accuracy.
fucks everyone's parlays up.
Yes.
Yes.
and it was
So-
it was awesome.
He's day-to-day. It has to be just a pain management thing.
I'm sure that he'll play.
And who are they playing next? You know?
Rick does. Rick has got it.
Jags.
They're playing better.
They're playing tough, but
It's almost where do you want to risk that for the rest of the season against the Jags?
only because it's AFC. If
Yeah.
it wasn't the AFC, if it was one of their NFC matchups, then I might say, okay, maybe you sit him and you let him take a rest, suit him up.
I
But
think Eckler's going to get a huge uptick in usage.
Yeah.
Run game's
Yeah.
going to try to take the place of that.
what's going on with oh my God, the wide receiver over there who didn't play this week?
Keenan
Oh,
Allen.
Keenan Allen. What's
he's
going on
still
with him?
out.
He's still out. They're not sure if he's going to play this week or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if he's not playing, again, play Mike Williams.
Mike
Because he's
Williams.
fucking smashing it when Keenan Allen is out.
Other injuries that happened in game, we already went over Trey Lance. Jerry Jeudy went down with a rib injury.
Yeah.
Looked like a shoulder, but is a rib, and he's day-to-day. On that offense, the only one outside of Javonte Williams is Cortland Sutton. That's it.
Yeah, as of
Cortland
right now.
Sutton.
But even Javonte Williams had sort of a dud of a game.
yeah,
again,
but
and
I think if in a scheme of running backs, you're not
You're
cutting
still
him.
going to play him over a lot of other
you are for
running
sure.
backs.
So now the original timeline for KJ Hamler coming back was going to be a longer stretch out to try and give him some time to heal and come back. But that was when they had Judy and Sutton. And now that they don't have Judy, doesn't KJ Hamler's
Has to.
Don't we see him come back probably
'cause
sooner?
Probably.
because
Maybe not this week, but the week, huh?
Because Patrick went out early
Yep.
in the preseason for the year. I forgot the other wide receiver who was
Yep.
involved in every single play. Albert O, fucking cut him.
Well,
Tight-
they've got
tight end.
they love their tight ends all of a sudden, but
But everyone not named Albert O.
yeah,
Another one in game, James Conner, ankle injury. That's one of the key
Yeah.
because he did not come back into the game.
But he was on the sideline suited up the whole rest of the game.
And I
It
heard-
doesn't sound like it's super serious.
They said he avoided a major injury, but
He still may be out a week or two.
yeah. And
So
then
if a couple
Darryl-
of players to look at there. You could look at Ito Smith, but I would look more at
Darryl Williams.
Darryl Williams
Yeah.
in place of him if James Conner is indeed out.
Dalton Schultz went down with a knee injury. He avoided an ACL, but looks like it's a PCL, so he's going to be out probably at least this week, but keep a lookout because now the nasty tight ends landscape is even worse.
Tight ends were rough this week.
tight ends were rough. I think Dawson Knox is off to finally having a decent game tonight,
Yeah.
but
Damian Harris, knee injury,
yeah.
so we won't probably know anything until about midweek, but he's not one of your... You're not starting him as your RB1, RB2. He's
Right.
usually a flex option.
Jesus.
Hunter Renfro, concussion.
What's up?
Bills are just pouring it on right now.
Dumping on
It's
them.
41-7, and their last touchdown was a 43-yard interception.
Oh my God.
Yep. They're like Dolphins. We can score points too. Well, no shit.
Yeah, right. So Renfro.
Renfro concussion. He got just his bell rung on that fumble that the Cardinals
Oh,
almost
yeah.
threw it away because he let go of it. Luckily, right after he crossed the end zone. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Devin Duvernay, who took off the opening kickoff, concussion.
Who's had a great start to the season.
Yeah.
He's in concussion protocol now, so we could see him back this next week. So you just got to pay attention to him. Are you guys? So he seems to keep finding the end zone. Are you
Hey,
guys?
just so you guys know, since we're kind of a fantasy podcast, in a standard league, Diggs is currently sitting at 44.8 points.
In a
Jesus.
In a standard league,
Wasn't it PPR in ours?
standard league? Holy shit! Dude.
with a quarter left.
Oh my God, dude.
They're going to start resting players,
Yeah.
I think. here,
Yeah, they
but-
have to. I mean, imagine if Diggs goes down in the fourth quarter due to
Yeah.
a hammy.
That would be... Slick Rick has that stack. So Allen in our half-point PPR is at 29.68 points, and Diggs is at 38.8. So pretty good game. Other players that were inactive, Michael Pittman, which the entire Colts look just terrifying.
The Colts were inactive in this game.
Yeah.
The Colts were inactive, including Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do much, which you would have thought. They're playing the fucking Jags.
Yeah.
You almost do think that, though.
How worried are you guys about this team? I mean, like, is there anybody that you're? I mean, because if you've got Jonathan Taylor, you have to play him because you picked him 1 or at worst 2 overall.
I'm kind of like not on Jonathan Taylor so much because he's such a focal point, but the performance of the team, it's kind of like this milk is a few days after, but I really want cereal, and you're sniffing it, and you're like, not quite sure, but I really want some cereal.
And milk smells bad, so you don't really know if this is bad milk smell or if it's just rotten milk smell. And
the issue is this week they play KC. So the good news
shit.
in
Yeah,
that,
I mean-
the good news in that is you may get some garbage time work.
yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna go toe to toe with KC.
No, the football wise, they're gonna lose. But
Casey Keenum in for Josh Allen. Your fantasy matchups are also over.
yeah, I think I think one of the next week versus KC, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, if they don't get him more involved, then
Yeah.
I mean, because I think he only had 1 target or 2 targets or something like that.
It was bad.
And I mean, he had, I don't know, he had a share of carries, but if you just shut him down,
Yeah.
So-
it's, that team is a concern to me. They have not played well.
They've played Houston and the Jags,
yeah,
and
if
they're
you're looking,
1-1.
yeah.
0-1-1.
If you looked at that
Yeah,
with the team that they have,
right.
preseason, you would have said
Cakewalk.
we're gonna go 2-0 into KC.
Right. This is now we're gonna have some momentum. We get a couple of gimme games.
Yeah.
And nope.
And now
They're in a must
don't
win
have-
against KC.
Yeah, and they don't have a single win yet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad. Other injuries. Alvin Kamara was out.
Yeah. And also Jameis Winston
Has multiple fractures
what
in
the
his back.
fuck, man? Last minute, they're like, "Oh, he's got like injury report all week," but like last second, he's like, "Oh yeah, he's playing with broken ribs, guys." Like, what? You gotta fucking tell us that shit.
Yeah,
I
and-
don't understand the injury reporting system in this league.
On
No.
Kamara or
Just in general.
Yeah.
In general, but
Yeah.
specifically, like with regards to, they talk him up after the fact, like, "Oh, hey man, guess what? This guy's gonna go out there and he's gonna ball, but he's gonna play with broken ribs." Like, you guys need to fucking tell us that on Tuesday or
Who's that?
Wednesday.
Watson.
James Winston.
Winston.
Back.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
four
it was back.
fractures in
That's
his
what
back.
it was. It wasn't
Yeah.
ribs. It was
Yeah.
fractured back.
Yeah.
Well, we lost another player in that game because Mike Evans is now suspended for a week for fighting.
Yes.
Um,
Was that official? I hadn't
yes.
seen that official
Yeah,
yet.
Official today.
He's officially suspended 1 game.
Marshawn Lattimore lives rent free in Mike Evans.
Oh my god, dude, he owns him. He's just set up a little tent in there.
I mean, in all fairness, I do agree with Mike Evans. I do agree with what Mike Evans was saying to the refs.
Yeah.
It's Tom Brady. What do you want me to do?
Yep. No, I'm 100%, and I
He's
think the entire
protecting his
league
quarterback.
is
Yeah.
on. I think what I heard was the only reason that he's actually getting a suspension is because he's had this problem before.
He's done it
Yes.
from off field on field for a fight before. Yeah.
and so I
I
don't
got
think
suspended
it's.
last year.
I don't think it's
or
an
ejected,
egregious.
something like
I don't think it's an egregious foul or penalty on him. They're not going to throw the book at him.
It wasn't
They
like
just gotta
Myles
do
Garrett where
something.
you take a helmet off and try to.
Right. He comes in and he throws down a pretty stiff block, and yeah.
Other notable misses were out this week. Where am I blanking?
George
on?
Kittle
Kittle's
got his
still
groin
out.
injury that he's still battling.
You had
Don't know if he's going to be in any.
So there's a lot of guys.
oh
that were-
Julio missed also in that game
Yep.
with a
Yep.
knee injury.
Yep. So who and Godwin's down.
Godwin's
still
out.
currently
yeah.
out.
So
So-
who's left?
Brashad Perryman, Scotty Miller, and
That's basically it.
Lenny,
Lenny.
Uncle
yeah.
Lenny. That's
And
it.
he was questionable going into that game.
Right. So I don't know that
But
anybody's feeling good
He
about
did
it.
come out and said from Lenny, he's like, "Don't worry about." He said the fantasy people. He said, "Don't worry about the TED drought. I got you."
Yeah, touchdowns are coming.
Yeah.
So next week, I mean, who are they playing next week? Tampa?
They're playing
They play Green Bay.
Green Bay. Yeah.
Jesus, dude. That would have been a great game.
Yeah.
Would have. Not so worried about that right now. I wonder what the spread's going to shift on that one now.
Probably heavily.
It's,
I mean, it already
it's
has,
Not,
but-
it's actually you'd be surprised what it currently is at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
All
it
right.
in Green Bay or in Tampa?
It is in Tampa.
Well, so there's a lot of guys out there right now that people are sort of panicking on, right? Like probably top of that list in terms of what you drafted him for versus what he's being used as or not used as is Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Did you see what the coach said? I'm not how to try. I'm like, so you're not going to use your best fucking player on your team?
Right. If you don't want to use Kyle Pitts because you're mad at fantasy football players, then fuck you. If you want to win a game, put the ball in his hands. And if you can't figure out how to get the ball into his hands, then fuck you. Get a new job.
Yeah.
I can figure out a way to get Kyle Pitts some.
I mean, you got a
touches.
6'6" fucking tight end, hashtag
The
giganto
cheat
receiver
code of a man.
that runs 4.34.
Yes.
Throw him the fucking ball.
Hand him the ball.
He still is a tight end on the field, but he lines up as an X receiver almost every play.
Like Gesicki did.
yes.
Yeah. And that's great. That's
And
great.
he's better than Gesicki.
Except
just don't
he's not
send
getting
him
the
the
ball.
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's game script. I don't know if that's coaching. I don't know if that's Mariota just not.
Like he doesn't like
Or
him.
maybe he's the only guy on the field that anybody really needs to be worried about, so they just focus on him. And every single defense focuses on him.
Yeah.
I mean,
it boggles my mind.
I don't know. It seems like it's a.
Because Atlanta's been in both games.
Both games.
And they look a lot better than they did last year.
Yep.
Guess what? They probably win some games if you got your best player a fucking ball.
So who's out there that we're targeting then? If you so let's say let me put it this way: do you still believe in Kyle Pitts right now? If you could
You
go out
could buy
and get
low.
him,
You could buy low right now, I think.
I think if you spent the draft capital, you have to give it at least another week.
right?
If you get another dud, you could go to try and snipe them with someone that, like, if you believe, like, oh, I have Gerald Everett, and you think that they're going to do that swap,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But,
Gerald Everett put up 13 points this week.
yeah.
So Rashad Bateman put out, had himself a good week on a high-scoring game, but I think it was 4 catches on like 4 targets, and so he was highly efficient because he had a 75-yard catch or something like
Right.
that,
Touchdown,
right?
yeah.
So Rashad Bateman is a guy that I'm not super high on, but is at peak value right now. Would you rather have Rashad Bateman or Kyle Pitts?
Probably Kyle Pitts just for the upside of the tight end, because I have Cole Kmet, and he is going on vacation.
He's the one guy that's not doing as much as Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, he is literally going to take a vacation on the waiver wire.
Tight ends just doing what tight ends do.
So one thing real quick, talking about Cole Kmet.
Okay.
In the last 2 games, Justin Fields' average is 14 passes in a game.
No.
That's fucking.
I don't want anything over there.
The entire time.
You basically need to wash your hands of Mooney. You need to wash your hand of Kmet.
and Fields.
No, Justin Fields is the only one there that's at least
Because he's generally rushing in a touchdown at least once in a
screen-worthy.
game.
Montgomery's worth it.
Montgomery is the guy that you want, but
Yeah.
only because he's
The issue with that team is the reason they're not passing that much is because they're doing 3 and outs nonstop.
all the time.
Yeah. I don't get how
not
you
good.
don't try. You threw the ball 11 times and you were trailing the Packers the entire game.
Yeah.
Throw the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the game script says get it to Mooney. The game script says get it to any other receiver. The game script
Right.
says do something weird, get it out there.
We thought, like, the Bears didn't lose any preseason. They came out and played in the Swamp Bowl, and it was like, oh,
Everybody
there's-
started talking him up, but if you actually watch that game, it was an ugly game
I
other
didn't-
than the one broken fucking play.
I saw maybe a glimmer, like, okay, maybe let's see how they are in like a dry field. No,
No.
same shitty Bears.
Yeah.
The other Matt Ryan's absolutely the hot garbage right now. The other
Matt
one
Ryan's
that's
been hot garbage
for
a
the
long time.
draft capital where you probably got him was Travis Etienne. He's not. He got
That-
targets
yeah,
and options
that
last
one's-
week, but this week was James Robinson looked the Achilles because of his running style is just straight up the field.
Now, the one thing is,
It was great.
the Jaguars had no issue controlling that game.
Right.
And
Etienne's
so-
what I'm going to try and target.
Right, but yeah, that's what I'm saying is they had no issues controlling that game. So James Robinson was just in there controlling the clock.
Right.
They
Yeah.
weren't in there for passing. He was just in there to eat the clock away.
Yep.
And it worked perfectly.
Yeah. Christian Kirk looks like a real thing. Like that's a great connection. So if he's still on the waiver wire, which he probably isn't.
Do you guys know who is currently leading this season on pass attempts?
Pass attempts.
Oh, yeah.
Flacco.
Flacco.
Yes.
Like
Flacco.
111 or something like
He's by
that.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid amount.
He's, I think, 10 or 15 pass attempts over anybody else.
You know what says because I'm in a super flex league. All my quarterbacks either sucked or got injured, and I've started Flacco
You should.
because I
And-
had
and-
him sitting there.
And the
Yeah,
thing
he's got
is,
he's going full Bortles, right? I mean,
you can start the pass catchers.
yeah.
yeah,
There.
Garrett Wilson,
and
looked
they're
good.
probably all on your waiver wire.
Any team that's going to be throwing it 50 times a game, take them.
Yes.
especially
Take
in
'em.
I
in
would
a
start
PPR especially.
I would start Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson, who nobody talked about prior to this season,
or Elijah Moore.
and Elijah Moore 1,000 times over Darnell Mooney right now.
Yo.
Yes,
Yep.
100%.
So speaking of Darnell Mooney, I wanted to check on.
so glad I traded him to you
number
instead
of
of Renfro.
possessions, plays per game. I wanted to see how many offensive plays per game there are, and the number one team in the league right now is Cincinnati with 80.5 plays.
Oh, speaking of,
Hang on, let me finish this thought.
Yeah.
New York Jets and Philadelphia are right behind them. And all the way in last place is my Seattle Seahawks at 48. But that's their game style is we want to run it, we want it slow, blah, 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 and they're bad. So that is conducive to a...
Yeah, it also helped that the 49ers controlled over half of that.
Exactly.
Like, well over half of that game.
Chicago is in 31st place.
Yes.
They are at 48.5. They have a half more possession.
your Seahawks, you guys will be 31 by next week.
Yes, we will. We're gonna climb it up. We're gonna make this happen. Anyway, what were you about to say?
Well, when you said the Bengals are leading with the number of snaps, we texted a text about they spent so much money fixing that offensive line.
$74 million just on offensive linemen.
Burrow is going to be hurt if they keep getting sacks the way
Absolutely.
it is. What'd you say? He's on a pace of 111?
Last year, he led the league in number of times sacked at 51, which is a lot of times to be sacked. But that's
Yeah.
in our fairness, that's regular season.
And that's just sacks, not hits, not knockdowns.
If you go off of the last, including week one and the 3 prior games, those 4 games, he was sacked 26 times. That's a lot of times to be sacked. But
Yes.
just going off of the season so far, he is on pace for 111 sacks this year.
So many sacks. That's so many sacks.
And guess what? Who they play this next week?
They play. Cincinnati plays
Joe Burrow, by the way.
New York Jets.
New York Jets. Okay, maybe they might be able to protect a little bit. Then they go the next week and play the Dolphins, who kind of know how to put pressure on a quarterback.
Yeah.
So-
He's
Yeah.
going to get hurt.
Yeah, he's going to get hurt.
He's
gonna
already
get
been
hurt.
hurt both seasons and in the Super Bowl.
And let's not forget that what I was saying off season, I wasn't alone. A lot of people were saying I felt like some sort of genius here, but Joe Burrow was drafted as the 4th overall QB this year, right? And early, he was the first of the second tier quarterbacks to come off the board.
Yeah,
I think.
so.
So it was Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
Or no, Herbert
and then
was, yeah.
Herbert and Burrow. But Burrow was going ahead of Herbert most of the time. And Burrow is currently, in this atrocious system, he's 9th overall in QB, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Being 9th overall in QB is perfectly fine. But when you spend that kind of draft capital on a player in the, I don't remember what round, but let's call it the 6th round probably,
Sixth
or
round,
higher,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
you're missing out on other players that could have helped you, when instead you could have gone with a mostly undrafted, or at the very least back of the first round to a Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa is what I said.
I took him in like the 12th to 15th
Yeah.
round.
And by the way, ahead of the number 2 quarterback on the season right now is a Mr. Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And,
playing pretty
I
well.
mean, in all
Speaking of
fairness,
Bortles.
he went full trash man can.
Yes, he
last
did.
Week, or
Yes, he
yesterday.
did. Yeah,
Because the fucking Detroit Lions boat raced.
yeah.
Dude, Amon-Ra St. Brown looks great. I'm sorry I
Oh
traded
God,
him
he's
to you, but
so good.
yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
good, and he's just getting fed the ball. Like I mean,
Yeah, why
volume
wouldn't?
is king, right? And
Yeah.
and that dude is what is it now? He's the first player to ever have 8 games in a row with 8 targets or something,
Something
like
like
that,
that,
or
yeah.
8
Like that, yeah.
receptions, or
Yeah.
I don't know, something crazy.
Where the fuck is TJ Hawkinson though?
Nobody knows.
he's taking a hawk strap on vacation.
I think
Yeah.
he's hosting Fantasy Focus on ESPN.
Something like that.
Oh no, that's Daniel Dopp.
So, couple other quick things. Congrats to
Jared Goff and Joe Flacco are ahead of Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Derek Carr is right behind him. Josh Allen. Okay, that's not fair. Josh Allen is does not have this week's in there yet. Josh
Don't worry,
Allen.
his stats are going to jump him up to
One
that.
game of Josh Allen is 2 games behind Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he's going to be
Two
number 1.
two quarterbacks
Yeah,
behind Joe Burrow.
he's going to be number 1 after
Yeah,
this
that's
week.
My point is don't draft your fucking quarterbacks early.
No.
You dolt.
Let's see. In 3 quarters, because he's done now.
Yeah.
In 3 quarters, Josh Allen is 26 of 38 for 317 and 4 touchdowns.
Oh, this might have Josh Allen in it. Let me see. 26 completions. No, doesn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's. I think we'll get into the games and stuff, but yeah, there's going to be some good games coming up.
the Cardinals had no business winning that game
Not at all.
yesterday.
Not at all.
The Cardinals had absolutely no
Nope.
business winning that game.
And I cannot unsee fucking Kyler Murray running around like a toddler. Just
He netted 84 yards
on a 2-yard.
on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
84 yards.
Yep.
Because he scrambled back and forth. I mean, that is terrible defensive play.
He is 100% in that run when a dog gets the zoomies and just fucking runs and turns circles and just
like the dog that just got out of the bath.
Yeah.
Yes.
You kind of dried him off, and now he's just running around the house, jumping up on the couch, he's just rolling around and going fucking
Yes.
nuts. Yeah, that's him.
exactly.
That's Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, good on them for the comeback.
Yeah. They
also,
almost was a fuck up, but when as he's running in the end zone on that fumble pickup.
also good on the Jets for making the entire AFC North lose yesterday.
Yep.
All 4 teams
Yep.
got their ass kicked
Yep.
in humiliating fashion because Baltimore was up 28-7.
I think that's the most embarrassing.
Browns
No,
Browns were up 13 points. Literally all they had to do
was kneel down.
was kneel down.
This is gonna come back. I mean, okay. So how
so
many?
Chubb did it last year.
Yeah.
He ran out on the 1 and they won the game. But this year, they went up by 2 scores. Like, okay.
You would think statistically,
Yes.
you would think being up by 13 points when the other team has
Yeah.
no timeouts that you're good.
Yeah.
But
But
the Jets came back and won that fucking game.
and the Browns just went
And
out there
it
and
just
browned it
makes
up.
me so happy
Did you-
because I was back on boards with the Browns last year.
Yep.
Brownie the elf.
And I feel kind of gross by that because I was so anti the Browns previously.
Yep.
I am back on my anti-Browns train,
Yes, you are. Yeah. Welcome.
and I think everybody else is there now too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you have been a Browns fan your entire life,
Sorry, Jake.
everybody hates the Browns.
Jake's
Yeah.
over here just crying.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of Browns fans that have been Brown fans their entire life, and they're not Browns fans right now.
Yeah.
I mean, after 40 years of just
Shit.
fucking shit, they're just now going, all right, we've had enough. We're out.
When
We're
you
done."
peaked with Bernie Kosar and then you started just a slow.
with Chubb or this week,
I don't fault him. It's the right play.
it wasn't the right play. He should have gone down
At the 1 yard.
at the 1 yard line. But that's okay. I don't fault him too much for going into the end zone either. But just remember this moment when he takes a knee, when he goes down on the 1 yard line and loses your fantasy football game.
Yeah.
And to win the actual football game. Remember this moment and how excited you were that he got it, and then they lost. This is the moment that justifies them.
Well, in all fairness, he's one of the only players on that team that I actually like.
Right.
So I'm fine with him getting the touchdown and then them still losing.
yes, actually, this is the best case scenario for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Steelers came back down from earth and saw that, you know what, 5 turnovers does help you win the game.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I was
the
a
Patriots'
little bit surprised by this
Offense
game.
was not good, and
Yeah.
they still,
Yep.
So,
And the best part about it is it also got me a point this week because I said the Jets were going to win covered by
Yeah.
6 points.
Yeah,
So I got a point on both of you guys
let's get into our points from
because
last
of
week.
Nick Chubb getting that touchdown.
Let's get into it.
Thursday night, we missed by a half point because we all said KC was going to win.
Yeah.
We had 3.5 points. They won by 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miami and Baltimore, I thought we all lost that one. We all
all
ended
won
up
it.
winning that one because we had Miami by 3.5.
It's
Yeah,
the right
'cause we knew
choice.
it was going to happen just like that.
Yeah.
New York Jets and Cleveland, I got because the Jets won. Washington versus Detroit. We all said Detroit was going to win. Detroit won a game.
Goddamn right they
Yeah,
did.
they did.
Yeah.
You guys see the stat that for the first time since like 2005, the Giants, the Jets, the Jaguars, and another team all won
Yeah.
together for the
Yeah.
first time since like 2005.
That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. And this is a league that's built on equity. Like
Yeah.
their entire goal is to eliminate dynasties. They
Yes.
don't want the Patriots to happen.
Yes.
They want it to be even. And yet the Patriots through that whole time were a dynasty, and yet none of those teams could win all on the same day.
Have you guys seen on TikTok the dude book it with Trent?
No.
Maybe, but I don't know
This
the name.
dude makes bets all the time, and there's actually other TikToks that say that have it that are actually named "Fade It with Trent"
Yeah.
because his bets are he has the worst fucking bet luck I've ever seen.
Really?
He put out a surgical 6 yesterday. He had Baltimore, he had Cleveland, he had Indianapolis, he had Cincinnati, and he had Raiders.
Yeah.
He had the Vikings winning tonight.
It's not
Damn,
looking
dude.
so,
So
great.
he had a surgical 6, and somebody bet $5 on the opposite and is going to win like $2,000
God
if
damn.
the Eagles win tonight. And
They're gonna win tonight.
They're going to win tonight.
It's currently 24-7.
Yeah.
We shouldn't say that because we've seen some weird ass shit. in
There's
the
been
fourth
some
That's
weird
true.
stuff this week.
That's true. But if they cover some dude just going completely opposite,
God damn, dude.
and he actually put something out there about it. He goes, somebody actually faded my entire bet
Yeah.
and got through. And it looks like it's going to fucking win.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Anyways, so Indy and Jacksonville,
I was on the one that fucked
you
that
got you got that one. Tampa Bay and New Orleans.
one. I lost that one, right?
Yep. No, you got Indy and Jacksonville because you said Jacksonville was going to cover.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I was right.
Yep.
They covered.
They
They
did
did.
cover. It was Indy -4.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jags won 22-0.
24-0.
24-0. Oh,
yes.
even worse.
Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Scott and I said Tampa Bay was going to win. They did.
Nailed it.
We all
so
got
good.
New York Giants beating
See what Ryan
Carolina.
said?
We all missed on Pittsburgh not beating New England. What the fuck?
What the fuck, guys?
Yeah.
What
You
the
guys
fuck?
really
That
dropped the ball
offense
on
is
that
so bad.
Bad. Yeah.
So bad.
Which one?
Both. But
Yeah.
the Steelers
Yes.
even more
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, New England didn't deserve to win that game.
No.
They looked
didn't-
pedestrian.
Deserve to lose it either because no team really showed up
That
in
should
that.
have been a tie.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the type
That
of game.
they should have had a tie. Yeah, right.
Frodo and I got Atlanta because we said that the
10
Rams
plus
weren't
was-
going to beat the spread. We all missed on San Francisco and Seattle because we said Seattle was going to beat the spread.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
We all missed on Cincinnati and Dallas because, fucking Cooper Rush.
Right.
I think more Micah Parsons destroying Burrow might have had a big part of that.
And Ezekiel Elliott doing nothing, and Tony Pollard doing a bunch, but not enough. And yeah,
I faded Zeke forever.
So
you've
you
been fading
said
Zeke for 3 years now.
I've not been wrong.
You have been wrong.
Not really.
On the
not,
whole.
not in my heart.
Not in your heart.
you said that Denver was going to win by 11, and then you also tried to say, "Can I have the 9.5 that it was?" And I said no. Wouldn't have mattered. You still would have lost.
So you and I won. that one.
So we got that one. We all missed on Las Vegas. We shouldn't have, but we all lost on Las Vegas. And fuck you, Scott. I got you on the Chicago and the Green Bay game.
Yeah. What was that one?
That was Green Bay by 10.
Oh yeah.
When you tried to confuse us with your bet proposal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Not try when you confused us with
I
your
didn't
bet
try.
proposal.
I didn't try at all. I just did.
Yeah. And then it looks like we're going to cover the 10 points with Buffalo.
You know,
Yep.
60% of the time it works every time.
And it looks like we're all going to miss on Minnesota. So I will be at 9. Scott will be at 5. Frodo will be at 7.
Ooh, this is not a good week.
Not a good week for you.
This is not a good week.
You missed on both of your
Islands.
solos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
What's the total so far for the year?
So if that stays correct, Scott is at, so you had 9 and 5, so you're at 14. I will be at 8 and 9, so I'll be at 17. And Frodo, you will be at 7 and
7. 7 and 6.
yeah, so you'll be at 14.
14. Okay.
So I'm in the lead. So I have already made my picks for this week. Because I won this
Because you
week.
won this week.
So I've already I wrote down my picks as
Yep.
we go.
Yep.
So I won't
Okay.
show you guys my picks.
Yeah.
But I made my picks. I wrote down all of the teams that I'm picking, just so you guys can see. I made them.
yeah, I believe
there.
it.
Yep.
I got you.
So Thursday night, we've got Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Cleveland is 5-point favorites.
Oh, God, this is a horrible sounding game. But I'm going to edge on the fact that Cleveland has a better offense. I'm going to take Cleveland on this. Even though it's a dogfight and it's an indivisional, I don't see Mitch Trubisky doing much. So I'm gonna,
All of this
I'll
feels
take
gross. I mean, this feels so gross.
This feels like a Taco Bell shit.
This is. You said you're taking Cleveland
Yeah.
and 5 points.
4.5.
I'll take Cleveland too.
Okay. I took Pittsburgh just because it's a divisional game, and these games are always.
I wouldn't be
close.
shocked
Yep,
if it
these
goes
two.
either direction, but
All right. Next up, we've got the Texans going to Chicago. Chicago are 2.5 point favorites.
give me Houston. How is the Bears a favorite in anything right now?
In Chicago.
I don't think that matters.
So, do I believe that they're going to listen or watch the tape, listen to the noise, and watch the tape and realize that they need to throw the ball?
Maybe because they were so hyped up after their win week 1, and everybody's saying that they did a fucking amazing job, even though they didn't.
Even though they didn't. Texans.
Texans
All of
plus,
us.
Texans
Yeah.
plus 2, right? 2.5.
Yeah. Texans
I'd
2.5.
take the money line on that. I bet they're going to win.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Las Vegas going to the 0-2 Tennessee Titans, more than likely.
Yeah, Titans do not
Look
look
that good.
great.
Yeah.
Vegas is 1 point favorites.
Give me Vegas.
Nick wants to play COD.
Okay.
he wants us.
Nice.
He wants us to join up on Warzone. Yeah. So Amanda says no.
Because I think Rebirth is on there right now.
Oh, Rebirth's back.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this. We got to wrap up. Get going, boys.
we're going.
We got to go.
You got to tell me if you're picking Vegas or if you're picking Tennessee. Vegas by 1.
Oh, interesting.
They-
Who did you take?
I took Raiders.
Yeah.
So they're currently 0-2. So this is 0-2 versus 0-2 at this point.
Raiders.
Yep, all of us. Next up, we've got KC.
No, I'm gonna go Titans.
I fucking wrote it down. You
I know, but I'm gonna go Titans so that way we can be on the opposite side for once.
We were the first game. We've only picked one game that we were all in favor of. That's fine.
I don't like it. It feels gross.
All right, you can take the Titans. Tennessee, Scott, Frodo, Rich. Glad to take points from you.
Yep.
KC, Indy. KC is 6.5-point favorites.
KC.
Jesus Christ.
KC.
And KC, huh?
Can I double down on KC? Can I make this my like super bet of the week and get 10 points for getting it right or 10 points for getting it wrong?
No. I was waiting on the. Let's wait on this one a little bit longer. This is the Bills Fins, and I'm curious if this line moves
this
at
one
all.
might shift.
You can put me down. You don't have
You-
to.
I know. I'm just curious what the line's going to go to.
I think it was at 4.5.
Prior to when the game was started, when it was 7-7, it was at 4-0, or it was at 4 points.
Okay, so it got bet down a little bit.
So, which is that's why I'm curious if it's going to move at all.
Do we? Okay, so
Checking Sportsbook right now.
It's still showing 4 on ESPN.
Bills by 4. So you're taking the Fins.
It's now +6.
To the Bills.
See, and that's what I was
Minus
waiting
6
on.
by Bill on the Bills. I'm still taking Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of curious. My curiosity was if somehow Tennessee wins this game, what happens?
Right.
But if
Tennessee's not going to win this game.
Right. But when
Yeah.
I wrote this down, it was 7-7 at the time.
Yeah.
So now +6.
Yeah.
So do we want to go off to +6 then?
It's on Sportsbook. So
I'm fine with the +6. Ooh. I think the Dolphins are going to come back down to earth a little bit. I'm going with Bills on this one.
I am as well, simply for the reason of similar to how Seattle was last week. They shot their shot.
Yeah. You're thinking that the Fins shot their shot.
They had an amazing fucking comeback win.
Yeah,
Like
second half comeback win that was
down
lights
28
out.
down 28-7. Like
Yep.
there's only one other game I can think of that ended that was anything like that at halftime.
yeah,
And Matt Ryan's never going to live that number down.
yeah.
Bills 41, Titans 7
Yeah.
into the game.
The Titans didn't look good against.
They went
the
ahead and
Giants
covered
either,
that 10-point spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and make that note real quick in here so we have that because we're going to be wrong on the other one. So, 5, 7. So I'm saying the Bills,
That's fair. I mean, I don't fault you at all.
but I just think because they had such an emotional game, like it was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome to watch.
Yep.
I just think that the Bills are gonna come in and do some work again.
They definitely could because we have the history of them kicking our ass. But I think the Dolphins kind of have something they want to prove.
Yeah,
And
they
they
absolutely
very well
do.
could,
They've
yeah.
got a bit of a chip on their
Especially
shoulder.
against this team because
Yeah.
this is the team that everybody says is gonna win.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they can come in and get a win
Is this in Buffalo?
in
No,
Miami,
it's in
In
Miami.
That's good. Yeah, this will be an interesting one. This will be a good game. What is that? A morning game?
yeah,
It's
10.
a 10 o'clock game. Yeah.
Nice.
Next up is now. Don't get me wrong. I would like to see the Dolphins win that game. Just
No, I mean the last time we played them in Miami was last year. I think it was like 41-0 or something.
if
fucking
the
stupid.
Dolphins went undefeated all the way up until they went against the 49ers and lost, I'd be fine with it.
that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, they're not going to go undefeated.
They're not gonna lose, and they're not gonna be undefeated.
Yeah, they're gonna lose.
I'm very conflicted about who I'm supposed to root for in this game. Like
Root for a good game.
I think I think I have to go Dolphins because you've got Brandon there,
Yeah.
and we can't go 3-1. That just seems unfair. So that means I gotta go Dolphins, and I don't own a jersey, so that means I gotta go body paint and
Oh, I will body paint.
In December.
in December.
I will body paint an epic dolphin on you.
Nice. All right.
But it's
paint
gonna be
me like
more
one of your
fun.
French
I'm gonna
women.
put a dolphin on me, and then squeeze it onto you like I'm screen printing.
like a transfer. Yeah, just
it's like screen printing. Just
it's a dolphin on you, and then it turns into a fucking fucking sperm whale on me.
No, sperm whale happens later that night.
Hey.
That's what he puts on your chest afterwards.
That was one.
Oh, my blowhole.
Next up, we got Detroit going to the Vikings.
Oh, this is a hard one.
Currently, this line's probably going to move a little bit, but currently Minnesota is 6.5-point favorites.
Have you guys started watching Hard Knocks yet?
No,
I know
have
that
not
I
yet.
thought you guys were like a little bit behind.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
I tried. I said this before that I didn't want to watch Hard Knocks until the season started because I didn't want to get that hype.
Right.
The hype was apparently real. Amon-Ra St. Brown, fucking dude's a legend, man. That guy is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
But you should watch it. This team is so fucking fun to root for. So Vikings by how much?
6.5.
I'm taking Lions.
I'm gonna take the Lions.
We're all taking the
I'm
Lions.
taking the Lions, and I believe that this team has something that they're gonna do. Jared Goff, they're not gonna win a playoff game this
No.
year.
No.
But because you can't do that with Jared
They're going to
Goff.
be competitive.
They're gonna be
they're-
competitive in every game, and
Yeah, they're probably not going to win the division,
No.
but
Not in the division they're in.
the podcast. We're not gonna be doing a podcast about Pokemon.
mostly because we collectively
Yeah.
only know the first era of Pokemon.
I know
Unless
5 Pokemon.
you come onto the podcast. If you come onto the show, Nick,
Squirtle, Charizard, Pikachu, Mewtwo, and there's another one. That's it. That's my
Shoot-a-load is I think one of them.
I can name a lot of the first era of Pokemon.
I can name a lot
That's
of
about-
Pokemon because of Pokemon Go. I cannot name. You know what game I fucking hated that is apparently a legendary game? Pokemon Snap.
Oh,
I fucking hated that game. You walk around and take photos of shit.
yeah.
Blech. Blech. I was bored.
Frodo is a pro.
Oh shit! Oh my
Next
god, we
up-
gotta keep hurrying, guys. I want Rebirth.
Next up, we got Baltimore going
Yeah.
to New England. Baltimore's 3-point favorites.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
I
They're
think
going to be pissed
they're
after
gonna
that game.
they're gonna obliterate the Patriots just to get that.
On principle alone, they
Back,
just gotta
yeah.
they gotta get that egg back.
Next up, we've got Cincinnati going to New York Jets. Cincy is
4.5-point
favorites.
The 0-2
I'm gonna take
Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go Cincy because I don't think the Jets have the pass rush. Like that one
I
individual.
mean, you don't need a pass rush. They're just letting people walk by.
More like
gotta-
a pass
I gotta
meander.
go Cincy. I can't choose the Jets. They're in my division. Fuck the Jets.
Fuck the Jets. Jets. What's the spread again?
4.5.
I think Mixon has a good day.
I can't see the Bengals coming out and losing.
We didn't think the Bengals were going to lose either of their games. We didn't think they were going to lose to Pittsburgh in the first place,
Right.
and we didn't think they were going to lose to the Cowboys without Dak Prescott.
Right. Fuck, do I get burnt by them again? Because I'm 0-2 on them, just like they are in the NFL. And they're 4-point favorites? 4.5?
4.5-point favorites.
Jets.
Frodo is on an island with Cincinnati.
It's not a bad one to be on.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Next up, we've got Philly going to, I don't know, well, it depends on what state you're looking at or what mug you're looking at, but we're looking at Washington.
We're looking at
That's what
the
you see-
Washington State.
Did you
Commanders.
see what Detroit did? Detroit.
No.
Detroit trolled them.
Yeah?
Put a W on top of Michigan.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, buddy.
Philly is 4-point favorites.
Going 3-0 this week.
Yep, I'm gonna
Suck
go
a
Philly.
dick. Suck a dick. Suck a dick. Suck a dick.
Nice.
Suck a dick. Suck a dick. Suck I got
So you
Exhibit
are you
A.
taking Philly or are you taking Washington?
What's the spread?
4 points.
I gotta start
for
paying
Philly.
attention to
Yeah.
this thing. Fucking
You
thing.
want to get this going,
Yeah,
but I
Philly.
keep having to reel you back in.
This is your job. Your entire life, this is your job. You signed up for that when you got married. You didn't know that you got married, but we got married. So you know. I'm ordained.
Next up,
And there's there's no law about you can't you can't do your own wedding. So, by the way, I need you to split half that filing fee because it was kind of expensive.
Next up, we've got the Saints traveling to Carolina. Saints are 3-point favorites.
Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Carolina.
All right.
Give me the Saints.
Yeah, me too.
Carolina. Sweet Carolina.
I don't believe in Baker.
I believe in Baker. I believe mostly that I believe that somebody is gonna scream into his fucking face and say, "Get CMC the football this week."
You know they just lost to the Jets, right? Or to the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. All right. So Frodo and I are both taking the Saints. Scott's taking Carolina. So Scott is currently on an island with Tennessee and Carolina.
Woo!
Frodo is on an island with the Dolphins and Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I am on an island with Pittsburgh currently.
You're so gay for Pittsburgh.
No, I'm not. It's purely just the 5-point difference.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think that Pittsburgh's going to win the game. I just think that's going to be within 5. Next up, we've got we've got Sunshine traveling to the Chargers. Chargers are
what do you got, Amanda?
7-point favorites.
What's up? Apparently.
What?
Apparently, she got a question
What,
for you.
Amanda?
What do you
Hurry up.
got? Jesus,
You're
man.
slowing everything down.
We're
now.
all just
Amanda,
sitting around waiting
come
for
on.
you to ask your goddamn question.
You said
Jesus.
rich question. I'm going to need the question.
Yeah.
I got
it
pee.
doubles up there. She didn't ask it all twice, but
Well,
nonetheless.
I see it doubled, so
Yeah.
in my opinion, she
You're gonna
said
have
rich
to move
question,
he
rich
needs,
question.
he needs to
You're
go
leaving it
urinate
out
on some. How old is your wife? That's very personal. That's so personal.
Shouldn't
I also-
you know how old your sister is?
Solid question, actually.
Like, do you know the year she's born? Because it's really easy to figure out, like, based on,
Is it 1990?
yeah.
Okay. I know it. Sorry you're putting kids to bed. Oh, I don't care about your
Don't-
damn kids.
Don't
all right?
don't make this about you. You're
This
the one
is
asking
about
questions.
us.
Yeah.
And actually about his wife. Lonnie is putting you on the board here.
She's definitely not 25. Aren't you like almost 25? That doesn't work.
Dude, that's I honestly I couldn't tell you how old your wife is. Oh wait, no, you said 1990.
Yeah.
So she's 32. Maths.
Like I said, it makes it really easy.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Anyways,
Distraction. Amanda.
yeah.
It really depends, I think, on this game if Herbert plays or not.
What game are we talking about? I don't even know anymore.
The Jacksonville Jaguars
Yeah.
going against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Los Angeles Chargers. Ugh.
Yeah, so if you're 25, she can't be 25. You guys came out of the same person.
Go to your womb. Okay. Chargers. And
Jags.
Jags. And
In LA, Chargers are 7-point favorites.
okay, so Jags have home field advantage.
Yes.
I'm going to take Chargers because I think Herbert plays, and I think that defense is really good. And while I was
I do kind of want to get wild, but I'm not going to. It's going to be the Chargers.
when I was pissing outside, you guys sounded like an old married couple.
We are
like,
an
no,
old
don't listen to me. No,
Yeah. Because actually, us is yelling at Amanda. So the truth is that you, me, and Amanda are like a what? She's 32, kid. What are
Yeah.
you doing? She was born in 90.
Born in 1990.
Somewhere around Taco Tuesday.
Correct.
Nailed it.
Yeah. If you're 25, she can't be 25. I'm just saying because you guys have the same mother.
If you guys were on a bus and she walked out first,
And you're not twins.
And you're
I know
not-
twins run in that family, but
even twins
you're not
are
twins.
born at separate times typically. I mean, what about a C-section? Do they just grab them both, or
Yeah.
like
Same exact time.
Matumbo just
Yeah.
palm them both at the same
Yeah.
time? And
You said you wanted to get wild. I did. I said the Jags are going to cover the 7 points.
woo!
So I am now on islands with Pittsburgh and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So gay for the Jags.
By math, yes.
I mean, just according to the laws of nature, yes.
Next up, we've got Atlanta traveling to the Pacific Northwest to face Scott's Seattle Seahawks.
And they
Seattle-
are favored by how much?
Seattle is favored by 2 points.
Give me Atlanta.
Whoa.
Rich Eisen just tweeted, it's Malik Willis time, 3:49 left in the third. The Bills steal your soul, mess with your head and your roster.
Dude, that sucks. That sucks. This is a bad team. I'll take the Seahawks. I'll take the Seahawks.
They literally did nothing
I'm aware.
against the 49ers.
I'm
They had
aware.
7 points. They didn't get 7 points.
Nope. The good news is I think that Drew Lock, our savior, is going to come back in and win this game for us.
Oh, that's good because I have him in one of my dynasties I need to start in a super flex.
Did you see how they got their 7 points?
No.
Blocked field goal and ran it back for a touchdown.
Well, there's a consolation prize.
Lonnie, you're having twins. Yeah, I will help you with your C-section. What's up? Let's go down. Let's talk about mucus plugs and your placental wall.
Wife,
let's not talk about
nobody is
placentas.
having twins. Your sister is saying that you're 25 and she's 25. And I said the only way that would work is if you guys were twins, but you're not.
News. All right, so what else we got going on?
Frodo and I are both taking Atlanta.
So I'm on an island with Seahawks.
You're on an island with Tennessee. You're on an island with Carolina. And you're on an island with the Seahawks.
Okay.
Next up, we've got the Rams traveling to Arizona. Rams are 4-point favorites.
Rams. Talk about a team that I have
I'll take the
full
Rams,
faith
too.
in. Yeah.
And the Cardinals looked absolutely atrocious in the first half of that game.
Yup.
So, like I said, they had no business winning that game.
New business.
Next up, we've got Green Bay traveling to Tampa Bay, where Tampa Bay has nobody to throw to, and Tampa Bay is 2.5-point favorites.
I'll take the Packers.
Pack. Go, Pack, go.
Sunday Night Football, we have the 49ers traveling to Denver, Colorado to face Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson's still need to call Uber because he can't fucking ride worth shit. So we're taking San Francisco.
San Francisco is 1-point favorites.
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Go ahead and tag that on as your parlay because that's a guaranteed. Lock it in, dude. What the shit?
I can't wait to watch Nick Bosa.
Let's ride.
Yeah, dude.
Mr. Unlimited.
Go, Pack, go.
Mr. Limited right now.
Mr.
fucking
Super duper limited.
Yeah,
So,
that's
so
right.
which one was the chicken or egg? It looks like it was the chicken before the egg because Pete Carroll looked like he's better than Russell Wilson
not go
does.
Broncos.
Whoa,
not
whoa,
not
whoa,
go
whoa.
Broncos.
Why did you wish twins upon us?
I did earlier.
The fuck?
I don't remember what happened. I don't know, man. I can't keep track of my own thoughts. Can't be expected to do that.
And Monday Night
Stream
Football.
of conscience. That's what I have.
Monday Night Football. We have the Dallas Cowboys traveling to New York Giants.
Okay. The 2-0.
I don't even need to hear it. I'm going to take the Giants.
New York Giants are 2.5-point favorites.
Yep.
2-0 Giants, 1-1 Dallas Cowboys.
What would it take to get Saquon Barkley right now? And would you want to get him? That's weird. What are you doing? It was a very weird thing to do. Are you doing that same stuff that Aaron Rodgers is doing?
I thought he was having a stroke
No,
for a second.
no, I was thinking. You said that, and I leaned back. I was getting ready to take a drink, so I leaned this way to take a drink.
Yep,
and then you said that, and I leaned back this way,
Yep.
thinking about it.
Yep. Okay.
It depends on what the team needs. Obviously.
Okay.
Well, my dynasty roster could really use a running back.
And I have Saquon Barkley. What would you be willing to give up in a dynasty? We'll go dynasty. We'll put it in real world here. What would you be willing to give up? Certainly a first round next year, right? First round rookie. Wouldn't you like easy give that up?
I'd rather give up a top end receiver and maybe like a second.
Who do you got? Who do you got? Let's make a deal, man. I don't even know. Let's see here. I will take from your team. Apparently nobody because it's not going to load in. Son of a bitch.
Let's
You had a
see.
good game this week.
I had a very good game this week.
Yeah, good job, man.
With Rashad White, my second RB, scoring 0.1 points.
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn. Well, Amon-Ra St. Brown fucking
Yeah,
hammer it in for you.
I'm not giving you Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, I'll take Amon-Ra St. Brown for
I'd take Mark Andrews.
That's the problem, though, is I've got Kyle Pitts. And when you've got Kyle Pitts as a tight end, you don't need anybody else at all. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Unless it's Gerald Everett, who's outscored Pitts like 30-1.
or any of the other fucking tight ends in the league.
Except Albert O, look at that 0. I still put up 180
The Broncos
points.
have 3 tight ends that are outscoring Kyle Pitts.
Did you see what my receiver core did in Dynasty? Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. Those are
Nice.
a decent
The
one.
one thing I'm happy about is
Yeah.
I was trying to decide this week if I was going to pull Davis Price out of my taxi squad,
Yeah.
or if I was going to pull Jones or not. Yeah, Jones. No, not Jones.
Cool Giants.
Rashad White out of my taxi squad. Luckily enough, I pulled Rashad White because otherwise I would just have another
You'd have another guy that was out.
Another player, because I currently have 6 players on my team that are out.
Chris Godwin, Michael Gallup, Gus Edwards, Elijah Mitchell, Van Jefferson, Michael Pittman, and Ronald Jones are all out
Yep.
right now.
So I was trying to make a trade earlier this week for a couple running backs.
Yeah.
Tell me if you knowing me and my player preferences, I was offered.
Amanda, we can no longer be family if you're going to root for the Broncos over the 49ers. I'm just saying that right now.
Let's ride.
So he went to Gabe Davis.
You wanted to what?
Gabe Davis.
Garbage.
And he offered me Amari Cooper and Ramondre Stevenson. Are those 2 players that I would say yes to in any situation?
Nope. Also, the movie Nope, really fucking good. I fucking love that movie. Rick still hasn't seen it.
Are you taking the Giants or are you taking Cowboys?
What was the spread again?
2.5 points, Giants.
Giants. And Saquon Barkley.
We're finishing out the Sunday afternoon and Sunday night
I'm going with the Giants only because Amanda wants me to.
with all collective agreements. The last 4 games of the week,
Yeah.
we're all saying that we're all in agreement on who's winning those games.
All right, what do we got?
Yeah.
So let's see. I am on an island for 2 with the Jags and Pittsburgh. Scott, you are on an island with Seattle. You are on an island with Carolina. And you are on an island with Tennessee. Frodo, you have the Dolphins and Cincinnati.
Okay.
Excellent.
Is there anybody that you're targeting right now in terms of trades? Like for me, like I'm looking for George Kittle if I can pick him up. Somebody who's scared of him. I'm honestly probably going to look for Kyle Pitts because I believe he will get involved in this game. regardless of what the coach wants to tell you, because he's going to lose his job.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett is also going to lose his job very soon, and I'm just praying for an Urban Meyer comeback. Who's out there that people are going to start panicking on? Cam Akers kind of had a little bit of a comeback week.
Allen Robinson had a big comeback week.
He should have had 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should have.
Kamara-
Justin Fields, by the way, had that touchdown.
The
Let's talk about that one real quick. That goal line rush. He had that touchdown.
Did he?
Oh, for sure had that touchdown.
Gotcha.
Everybody in the world knows that he had that touchdown, except for the refs.
Did you see the what happened with the Allen Robinson touchdown?
No.
The second touchdown that he had.
No, I
that
didn't see that. I
that
heard about it.
eventually went to Cup.
Yeah.
It was, I want to say it was set up kind of like a Debo run
Okay.
where he got a play.
Oh, I did hear about this.
So
yeah.
he ran out, got the touchdown, and then from the medical booth, they whistled down and said, "We need to look at somebody for a concussion."
Yeah. After the play was over.
After the play was
Play's
over,
dead.
completely done, and it negated that entire play.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah,
As a Cooper Cup owner, I still call bullshit on that.
yeah,
Like,
because it is bullshit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, it's fine if you want to call somebody in for a concussion, but that play happened. Let that play stand.
Right.
Right.
Like,
And then
you
call him out for-
it's done. It's over.
If there's no whistles blown, the play's not dead, and therefore it stands. Somebody's
Which is so
somebody's gonna get some bullshit for that.
stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so any other panicking players that you're going to go after?
Alvin Kamara,
Yeah.
because of his injury, he's someone sitting there like, oh, fucking shit.
Yeah. Right.
If you're panicking with starting quarterbacks like Dak and you couldn't find anyone,
I have no problem.
Tua is a massive target on the waiver
Yep.
wire. Not in any league that I'm in. So you
Yeah,
can go
he's
fuck
not.
off.
Yeah, right. He's not going to be.
Yeah,
he's not
I
gonna
saw
be-
that today. Somebody was like, "Yeah, go target Tua," and I'm like, "Well, that doesn't work in any of my fucking leagues."
Right.
Nope,
Tua
'cause he's
is
on my
not going to
fucking
be
team.
available next week.
Nope.
However, he will be available the following week because Buffalo has a really strong defense, and he's going to come back down to earth a little bit, and people are going to go, shit, maybe he's not what
I think
My
he's still
point
going to
is-
have like, I could see him put up like a 24-point week.
Sure.
And
It's
if
not
he
gonna be
does that,
40.
it'll be a great week for him.
Yeah.
I think
But
that'll
there
be
is
his ceiling.
there is a chance that he has
puts
a
up a
rough
12,
week.
12-point week,
Absolutely.
and then everybody's pissed that they've got him. So my point is that if he's out there right now, I'm not putting a waiver, especially in a fab league. I'm not putting a waiver order on him.
You don't have to worry about that in my bars.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to be putting a waiver bid on him. I'm going to be waiting until next week because this week I'm going to have to buy him for $50. But next week you might be able to pick him up for free.
Right.
And he's going to end the season as a top 10 quarterback if he continues at
Just
even,
because of the weapons he has.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, the weapons around him, we've been talking about this all offseason, are just so stellar that he has to succeed.
Right.
So anyway, that's a good one. I wish I don't think that there are Derrick Henry. I'm worried about. I'm panicking about him.
I'm worried about
not,
the entire offense.
I'm not targeting Derrick Henry if I can, in
Yeah.
terms of trying to steal him because I don't think I can.
Honestly, the top couple of picks are looking rough right now. I
Dalvin
mean,
Cook.
in a lot of leagues, yeah,
Wide
exactly.
receivers this year. Wide receivers are all performing the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And running backs are not.
In a lot of leagues, you were looking at your top 3 picks.
Yep.
Were Jonathan Taylor, who's not getting used properly,
Again.
CMC, who's
Not getting any targets.
not
Yeah.
getting enough work.
Yep.
He's productive when he has the ball, but he's just not getting enough work.
Yep.
Derrick Henry, he got a touchdown today.
Yep.
But
Austin Eckler also has not performed up to his draft.
Yep.
yeah, Dalvin Cook hasn't been able to do a whole lot.
So all of these top running backs are not performing the way that they're supposed to. This week,
It's
you've got
still
Nick
early,
Chubb
but-
and fucking one other guy at a 30-point game.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, that's what it
Aaron
was. It was
Jones had a
Aaron
great
Jones and
game.
David
Chubb.
Nick Chubb. They both got 30-plus points, and the next guy was at 18 points, and the next guy,
And you won't be able to do it this week, but if if AJ Dillon has a big week,
Yeah.
and Aaron Jones has a quiet week, and you're willing to go for that up and down type player, Aaron Jones is a great person to target if you have one of these guys that have busted off a couple of really good weeks,
Yep.
and you don't think they're going to stand.
by the way, I know that it feels counterintuitive, but the stats play out that if you go with a boom and bust guy at these top end, not your boom and bust guys at round 9,
Yeah.
but your round 3, 4 boom or bust guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stats say that you're going to win more than you're going to lose, even though you're going to lose some weeks because Aaron Jones.
I would say if I had Aaron Jones, I might look at moving him.
Yep.
He just had a huge week, but it was against the Bears, who statistically lose to Aaron Rodgers by
Yeah.
at least 14 points.
And he's coming up one of the best rush defenses.
So
if you could move him for
Yeah.
a top player,
This
a
is
top
all-
end player,
This is all the economy side of fantasy football, which is so fun for me. Like I love this side of it. This playing the stocks, the ups and downs of these commodities.
because
And-
between the two of them, I like AJ Dillon more because he's more risk proof
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
or risk adverse.
Yeah.
Where he's going to be in the game even if they're. I mean, he's going to be getting the work
Yeah.
at any point in time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Aaron Jones is not.
Right.
And he's not going to get the goal line work on a regular basis. That's going to be AJ Dillon.
They both had a stellar game this week, but that's not likely to happen on a week-to-week basis.
Right.
One of them is going to come out ahead usually. No, I'm a big fan of Aaron Jones. I'm a big fan of AJ Dillon, but I'm not a fan of having either of them on my fantasy team. I like. Even though I know the statistics say go boom and bust, I don't like doing that. And
Jesus.
what?
Dalvin Cook is 6 carries for 17 yards in the game today.
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson is 5 receptions for 43 yards. Kirk Cousin is 159 yards for 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah,
That's fucking rough, dude.
yeah, yeah. This is look. Week 2 games are over. We know who's got it. I've got 3 dubs in our main 3 leagues. I've got 2 other leagues that are just kind of dick around leagues, and I won one of those too, but I don't even care.
I got all 3 wins in all the leagues I have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am going 10 for 12.
Nice. That's a good week.
Yeah.
Rick, how'd you do this week?
I won 1. My quarterback going down in 2 of my leagues is really hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I am 1 of 2 this week, and I was 0 for 3 last week. It's a slow start.
Slow start, but this is your
It's
MO,
what I
man.
do. It's
You
what
hit
I
the
do.
playoffs every single fucking year, and it's so frustrating to me because I come out hot, I come out strong. I always get into the season, and I've got like and then all of a sudden I start at the top, and then I start drifting to the middle, and then inevitably you fucking knock me out of the playoffs, or you knock me down to that borderline play. And I fucking hate it. I always make the playoffs, but I'm usually out in the first round or something like that. So
My dynasty team that doesn't need a ton of work
yeah,
did really fucking well this week. So,
right. Yeah.
whereas my other teams that need some work, and I got to tinker with a little bit.
Yep.
I had an okay week in $10 in our $10 league.
Yeah.
But I went against Frodo with his fucking stack.
Yeah.
So even though I had a decent week, it looks like I did shit.
Right.
I didn't even look at the league to see actual like scores.
Yeah, and one shitty Jalen Hurts saved me today because I was going against fucking Lamar Jackson and his 41.62 points.
I was nervous playing against Nick this week because his roster might I felt better after my team.
Had my quarterback not only gotten me 2 points and just put up like, I don't know, 15 points,
Yeah.
I would have beat like 3/4 of the league
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
So outside of injuries, I actually had a pretty decent week in there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's call it good for the show. We will be back next week, of course. So pick up your waivers, set all your lineups. I like having 2 Monday night games. We were talking about this before the show because you get a lot of fantasy players on Monday night that you're kind of
Especially this week with the teams that they had with the Vikings and the Eagles.
and even the Titans, who you've got, Derrick Henry on.
Yeah.
Most teams don't win until Derrick Henry plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight they lost because Derrick Henry played, but that's not the point. So we will be back next week, and I guess don't be a twat waffle. I don't know.
Yeah,
We don't have a good. Did I tell you guys that? Have I told you guys my Twitter thing? So,
think so.
Oh yeah, you did tell me this the other day.
So my Twitter move is to call people twat waffles, but they don't know that I'm calling them a twat waffle because I get that. I don't know if you guys get this ever, but I get this alert that pops up that says all the time that says if you write this as a tweet, most people will not like it. Basically, it's saying
I don't get that.
Your tweet is very offensive. Please don't post this. And I post it.
my wife and I were having this conversation the other day.
Okay.
We were talking because I had my wife take the Harry Potter house quiz for the first time this weekend because she's never done it before, so
Okay.
she didn't know what house. Do you know what house you're in? Have you ever taken the quiz?
Gryffindor.
Okay. My wife had never taken the quiz.
Yep.
So I made her take the quiz. She's Hufflepuff, which makes perfect sense for my wife.
Absolutely for her. Yeah.
I asked her if she knew what house I was in, and she was surprised when I told her I was not in Slytherin.
Ah.
She was more surprised
You Ravenclaw?
when I'm in Gryffindor as well. She was more surprised when I told her that you were in Slytherin.
Really?
I'm not really that surprised.
And see, the thing is my wife sees the nice
Go into
nice
green.
guy, the nice guy side of you, and I pointed out that TikTok I sent you a while back, where it was 2 chicks, but it was where
2 kicks.
it was one where they were saying like, do you have one of those friends where everybody thinks one's an asshole, but is actually the nice guy, and then the other one thinks that they're the nice guy, but is actually kind of an asshole?
You're the asshole that is really the nice guy.
I'm the nice guy that's actually an asshole.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes. Yes. So I'm Slytherin for
because
sure.
Scott's super friendly,
Yep.
but he will actively talk shit to your face without you even realizing it.
Yeah. Just because you don't know that I'm being insulting doesn't mean I'm not being insulting.
Because everything Scott says is actually insulting. If you actually get down to the brass tacks of
Base
things,
level, yeah.
outside of your wife,
Yeah. Yeah.
you are a dick to everybody.
Just about
they
everyone.
just don't realize
Speaking
it.
of which, a good friend's wife died,
Yes.
and I was a dick to him, and I didn't know that it was that his wife is actually
Well, to be
dying.
on the fair, that was said earlier on in the year too, and we were just joking. He was just joking around.
What? That.
There was some like Todd had posted some.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we were like, no, I was.
We
just,
thought our good friend, was getting divorced, and so I started
Yeah.
giving him shit about being divorced, and it turns out that his wife died, and I felt bad about that. Like, I'm not that much of a Slytherin.
Right.
I'm not the Slytherin that goes evil.
Right.
I'm just the Slytherin that belongs.
You belong in the Slytherin house.
I belong in Slytherin. You know what I mean? Like, I'm.
from Slytherin to the IRS audit agent. I mean, that's about
Dude,
to,
that's too close to home right now, man. Way too close to home right
What?
now.
Yeah.
Fucking
you
the
haven't
IRS.
fucking heard, dude.
Oh my god.
We'll get off air and tell you about that one.
I already hate them as
Those
it is. So.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I wish so many horrible things upon my previous company and the IRS and the state of Oregon.
Fuck them.
And with that, have a
Later.
good evening.
Peace out, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good day.